Because when it's all said and done, I didn't see not one single reason that these women couldn't come together and give us a reunion for what seems to be an end of an era for this iteration of Real Housewives of New Jersey. If the cast of bad girls can do it, so could they. Let's chit chat. World where you can be anything, be Jen Fessler, okay? When the wine sucks, advocate for yourself and then drink it because, like, no waste of wine. 2, 3. That funeral arrangement that she sent over was a flop. I know she wanted it to be an eat so bad, but it really was a Doris, mother. I feel like we all knew that, right? But when we reboot Real Housewives of New Jersey, I do need the reboot to be centered around her. Oh my God, please, Andy, if you can hear me. Teresa had a little bit of a calling of all saints at her house to show all of the girls on her side that Marge really did meet with Louis' ex to try and get information out. Was at that meeting, but after that meeting, she went to go sit with Marge. Real Jersey like. Dolores gets to Marge. They're eating cronuts, eating pudding. It's all a good moment. Dolores is doing a really good job of explaining why Teresa held the meeting at her house, right? Which Marge, she had to have been lightheaded from sitting up on that high horse, but she was like, oh my God, I don't even understand why they would do something like that. And that's when Dolores was like, now hold that a little takedown meeting at your house. And matter of fact, you didn't invite me. That's when Marge said that she did. And then everything went to smithereens. I want to say that I think there were more F-bombs dropped in last night's episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey than there were F-bombs dropped in the new Deadpool. And that was just so quintessential Jersey. I loved every moment. Patterson just jumps right up out of mother. Okay, she is mad. She is activated. She done called Marge an effing lion. See you next Tuesday. Is me. I am she. Fessler is like, there has to be more. There has to be a deeper seated issue. We cannot be this mad over this. I'm talking about Dolores got the veins popping out. How some way they patch it up and Dolores decides she's going to do a kumbaya dinner for all the girls. Come back. We got to do a part 2. There were a lot of bombshells dropped on last night's episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey, but the biggest bombshell of them all, finding out that Teresa's husband Louis was Candy and Todd's inspiration for the movie, The Past. Let's keep chit-chatting. Last night, Melissa told us that one time she was out to eat down at the shore and Louis' niece from one of his previous marriages came up to Melissa and was like, you need to be worried. And I know you're like, consider the source, but like also Louis scares us also like, she might be onto something. One of the things that really works about New Jersey is that we get to see families fighting and it is so real and it is so relatable, but I really do hate that we never got to see Teresa and Joey turn the corner. And I say never because, again, this era of Real Housewives of New Jersey is... To whoever edited this episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey, I want to give you your flowers. I don't know if you get an award, but I know I was watching it and my Apple Watch was like, oh, do you want to log this workout? The way that you guys built the tension as these women were walking into the room, my heart was beating out of my chest. Dolores, I know that this isn't what you planned, but baby, this dinner was a good old ghetto mess. What is this accent that you're putting on? Who are you pretending to be? Like, what is this? Let me be the first one to congratulate Danielle because she handled Jen the way that she was begging to be handled. Leave my husband's name out your mouth. Melissa Grab, you sat up there and told your husband that you was going to set your boundaries and that you wasn't going to get into it with Teresa. In the second Danielle threw them drinks, you looked at Teresa and said, they got it from you. Yes, absolutely true. But also, girl, read the room, not the time. Teresa, and I want to hold your hand when I say this. You're not going out like an OG, my dear. Is Melissa a hoe? Maybe she was 10, 14, 20 years ago, okay? I don't know. I ain't never been in her panties personally, but I do know that she been married to your brother for umpteen years, and despite all of y'all's best efforts, we ain't never seen it proven that Melissa is a cheater, pumpkin eater. So it's looking to me like if she was a hoe, her wholeness was deleted. Little sad rendition of America's Next Top Model pose off of a fight that Teresa and Melissa had was really lame, and it gave a reenactment of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I don't like that. Time it was Jackie G. Oh my God, we're gonna have to do a part. I do not know what type of law Jackie Goldschneider practices, but I do know from henceforth she is my lawyer. I don't even know what type of representation I need just yet, but again, I do know that she is my lawyer. NBCU, if y'all don't get her on Traders and make it happen real quick, I know something. This is part 3. Let's keep chit-chatting. Jen, y'all shaking like some strippers, huh? Tighten up. Take it back. We all know that this whole thing is centered around the fact that Teresa thinks that Marge has been talking to Louis' exes and getting stories about Louis out. The Hungarian assassin said, listen, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it, and proceeds to tell the table that it was actually Jackie Goldschmidt. According to Marge, back in February of 2020, Jackie G had Louis' ex come over to her house to sit with her. So in Jersey, going to sit with somebody is kind of like Saucy Santana and thank you. Okay, so you could go to somebody's house and sit with them when they've lost a loved one, or you could go to somebody's house and sit with them and spill the tea, or you could go to somebody's house and sit with them and call them an effing lying see you next Tuesday. It all really depends on the nature of the situation. taking it all the way back to 2020, remember Jackie G and Teresa was feuding because Teresa was out here kind of telling lies saying that Jackie G's husband was cheating on her. Naturally, if you're going to dig up dirt on me or try to hurt me, I'm going to dig up dirt on you just to have an ace in the back pocket because, hello. According to Esquire and Liar, allegedly quite like Phaedra, she never used the information. She just kept it in her back pocket. The problem, though, is Jackie G was questioned point blank about this and she lied straight face. No, I never sat with that girl. Why would you say I sat with her now? Come on. Waiting for me to say, and then Teresa should have brick. No, that did not happen. Everybody is sitting at the table, jaw dropped and just blinking, waiting for Teresa to blow a gasket. And Teresa is like, no, we were feuding back then. I definitely understand. Melissa G just absolutely loses it. Wait a minute. We're still arguing about sprinkle cookies, but you don't have no issue finding out that it was actually Jackie G when you thought it was Marge the whole time. You thought it was Marge so much that you spent lawyer money to subpoena Marge when again, it was Jackie G. Class, Real Housewives of New Jersey is a game just like Big Brother, and right now, Teresa don't have the numbers to turn around and be mad at Jackie G. This, Miss Dolores Catania, this is how you end an era. Brava.